right, I'm here once again at Jaywalkers United, taking another look at this devious little puzzle. So the real stickler here is Baba is making a bunch of grass that is both stop and defeat. We've been focused on a couple different occasions on trying to get that grass to transform, which I'm not sure if that is a line that's really worth pursuing, because the best I've been able to do is something like this. The best that I've been able to do is a scenario where we have... I was able to get both of these words through here, but at this point I'm kind of stuck. I don't really have a way to get... I can get is, if I just want to go for is. Actually, rock, I can't push rock to the right because grass is stop. But I could get is here into position, but then I just don't have a rock. I have nothing to transform into. If I back this up to this point here, is this possible? If I somehow had reversed these words, would it be possible at this point to say, could I say rock is? I don't even think I can say that. I don't have enough room. I don't have enough room to do this. Because I'm immediately cut off from one of the words. I'm going to reach a spot here where I'm just simply cut off. So that feels like a fool's errand. I don't think this is possible. So let's not do that line. Let's not try to transform the grass, at least using that text. If we try to use rock is from the right-hand side, it's a no-go. Is it possible to do it any other way? Like if we were to go here and try to bring up some of these words. We have sort of explored this before, but I don't know that we can get... We can't get is where we want it to be, right? So we're kind of just SOL. If I try to bring the word is from below, that's the only way to do it, right? Is there any other way to access is? I don't think so. Because I can't, like... If I go down and then try to loop back to cut off the Kekes, I'm not there in time. At least to cut this one off. Like, I can kind of stay in concert with this one because it's like... There's some details there that allow me to stay alive, but as soon as I deviate, I'm going to be trapped because the tiles are going to cut me off. So looping back down here to get this does push the text across, but I'm trapped. Right? And even then, it doesn't push is where I need it to be. I think based on what I'm seeing here, we cannot transform the grass. It doesn't feel like we can transform the grass. So let's try to examine solutions that don't involve transforming the grass. What would that look like? Once again, our condition, our win condition is rock on me is win. So we need a rock and we need a me. We need both of those things and we need them both in the same space, in the same place. There's no way to transform Kekes, and even if I could, they're going to be on a tile. So the only two objects that we have access to, like we can't do anything with ourselves, Baba, so we have a flag and we have a rock, and that's it. We have to do something with those two objects, because I suppose theoretically there might be some way to say, Like, we had a puzzle where we took one object and turned it into two. We have seen that before, right? Where we say, like, if I were able to say rock is me and rock is flag, and I activated both of those at the exact same time, that would create two separate objects out of one rock. But I don't think that that's even possible. That would require me to get the words flag and is and me from the bottom left up to the is that's in the top right. Doesn't seem like that's possible. Can I bring this with me? I could bring this word me along. But can I even do anything with it? It's up against the wall. I can't really do anything with it. And what would I even do? I could bring is with me. But again, I can't actually make a phrase because there's grass right below this. I can't bring something to put underneath. Like, I can bring some different words with me here, but it doesn't seem to make a difference. Have we already tried saying flag is me? Is that something we've tried? We can do rock is me. But then I'm not sure I know how to make... Oh, well, no, but I can't do that. If I bring the word me along for the ride, there's no way I can say me is push by simply replacing rock, the rock in rock is push. Like, I can't get me off the wall. Could I even push? Could I even say me is push? Let's ignore this text. I don't think bringing any of this text along with me helps. So if I go over here, could I even make... I don't even think I can make me is push. Like, trying to get two words maneuvered into place somewhere is such... It is such... It feels like almost a fool's errand. Because you gotta go like... this, but how the heck do you get is? How the heck do you get is? So I don't think we can say me is push, can we? I don't see how. I feel completely lost on this one. I don't really know where to start. Or I don't really know what the line to even... It feels like every line that I'm seeing is a dead end. The only push available to us is over on the right-hand side. We need access to that push to be able to get... Gosh, this puzzle feels like impossible with the way that the grass works. But I also don't feel like I can actually transform the grass. You can't really, like, you have to choose one side of the street or the other to start on. There's no way to, like, block off the entirety of the line of Kekes. Because, see, not only do we have to make the flag me, but we also have to make rock not push. Oh my god. This is the one puzzle so far that I could potentially see myself being stuck on for the entirety of the game. Because there is something... Whatever I'm supposed to see just feels like I cannot see it. Like, okay, I've got flag in here, right? I could go get flag and say, all right, cool. Flag is... Can I even make flag as push? I could say rock is flag. Cool. Even that I don't think I can say. Like, you literally can't say anything. Okay, I made the rock into a flag. Woo! Dead. They're giving me flag on rock is me. Flag on rock is me. So if I could preserve that phrase... Flag on rock is me. See, this is the other thing. It's like I can't actually preserve this phrase. I don't think there's actually a way to preserve the phrase and not have me trapped. Can't wait either. Oh, that's the way. Oh shit. Okay, this might be progress. This is the first time that I've actually figured out how to preserve that phrase and escape. Okay. So now we can push the rock to the flag. But now the barrier is rock being push. This feels like progress, at least. But the issue that I'm seeing now is we're going to get to here. We have rock on me, which is win, but I can't actually get on the rock because rock is push. Oh, wait a second. I think I figured it out. This is why rock is push is here. Rock is push. Shit, I need to delay a little bit more. How much do I need to delay? I need the Kekes to break Raucous Push for me. But I don't want to do it just yet, right? If I do this here, that's too soon. They will break it for me, but it's too soon. So I just need to delay by 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. And that should be enough. And I can do that by 1, 2, 3, 4. I can add one more step in here if this is not enough. I definitely didn't delay by 4. But I can do this. Or is that the same? It's the same. I still need a delay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy fucking shit, dude. Baba is you. All that moaning and groaning that I was doing. That was the key, was to keep the phrase intact. I just hadn't explored enough on keeping the phrase intact. Wow. Wow. Well, that's how that goes, I guess. We're going to give another shot here. The last puzzle that we have on Area 7. I don't even remember what this puzzle is. I don't even remember what it's called. What is it? Out at Sea. Ah, it has come back to me. Oh, God. It has come back to me what this puzzle is and why I have been kind of stuck on it. I do not foresee myself getting this today, but we'll take a quick look at it here before we move on to some of the other stuff that I want to try. So I guess let's approach this from the top, even though I kind of remember what the big hurdle is, or what I think the big hurdle is. If we work in reverse, like we generally try to start with, our only win condition is flag. And the only way that we can get a flag is to get it out of a box. Box has flag. And box is melt. And lava is hot. So we have to, in some world, get lava to the box. I don't think we have any way to generate some other box. I think we are stuck with the box that is on the other side of the door. So we have to get somehow lava to the box. Or maybe potentially... I think we have to get lava to the box because we cannot make box push. Box is melt and box has flag, and that's it. We have belt is shift, so this little area here is just a one-way, one-time trip. And they've given us, obviously they've given us some things to play with here. They've given us ice and they've given us lava. They've also given us text. And these things can potentially be quite powerful, and also on can be quite powerful. They've given us one block of ice and one patch of lava to start with. The trick, or one of the catches here is we really can't make, from what I can remember, we cannot make two things push. What we really need, we need some world, because the other thing here, obviously we need to get lava to the box, but we also need to get ice, which is open, to the door, which is shut. So we need some way to get both lava to the box and ice to the door. Not in that order. I don't know. My big stopping point is I don't know how I'm going to get lava and ice across the conveyor belt. Because we have is push. We only have one is. So I can say that lava is push. And I could, you know, I could push the lava across here. And then I could say ice is push. And I could push the ice across here. But I cannot make both of them push at the same time. Can I? Maybe there is some creative way to do that that I have not realized, and maybe that's the key to the puzzle. I don't know. But that's where I was been kind of stuck, and we had explored some different things with text, which I don't remember what they are. We're kind of starting a little bit from scratch here. But the big hurdle is once I go across here, like I could get this ice here to open the door, but then I'm stuck with this patch of lava that I can't push. And I can't get back across the belt. How do I get both a patch of ice and a patch of lava? Like there might be some sort of transformation involved. We are allowed to do some transforming. We are not able to transform lava. They've specifically prohibited that. Lava is lava. But they have not prohibited ice being changed into anything. And they have not prohibited... I mean, I guess that's really the only thing... No, that's not the only thing that matters. Text can also be transformed. Normally, if we're transforming text, that's not something you want to do because you lose all your rules, but because we have the keyword on, we could selectively transform some pieces of text. So if I wanted to do something like text on lava, text on lava is ice, for example, then we could take this push and we could turn it into another piece of ice. The problem with doing that in particular is we lose push and basically our ability to maneuver anything around the board. So, but perhaps that is the key somehow. But I do feel like I've explored a few of these in the past. Text on... Like, text on lava is push. That's not necessarily something you want. You'd want something more like maybe lava on text is push could be something. Right? Like, maybe you somehow give yourself the ability to... like, this would allow me to push... What does this allow me to do? Do we want to be pushing through a chain of text here? Like this? Or does this... I don't think this does anything for me. What do we want to do? What can we do? What scenario allows us to get... I need a block of... Lava on text is push. Lava on text is push. So I pushed ice up against the wall, which I did not want to do. Let's go ahead and reset this. Let's keep exploring. Let's keep exploring this line. Something on text is push. Let's start with ice this time. Ice on text is push. So that allows me to push around. So if I put that... Oh, I see. I don't need to put that up against the wall. If I'm not exactly sure why I'm... The other problem with, like, pushing... Well, let me try this out and see. Let's not jump to conclusions here. Let's just explore. Let's explore. Let's do this. And... like, I can't say that I've figured anything out in particular here. Yeah, see, I can't push two things at once, right? I don't think there's any scenario where I can push unless they were both the same object. But if I make them both the same object, they would have to both be lava, and then I don't have the ability to transform lava. I could make them both ice, and then could I... If I made them both ice, could I... Huh. Let me not overthink things here. Let's keep this lava on text is push. Lava on ice is push. I don't know what this is getting me. Like, if I do this... Like, maybe there's some creative way I can break a rule with the belt. And then, like, do a transformation. Another thing that we're able to do is we can make... I was gonna say, we can transform text into objects, right? We can say text is... Maybe that's what we use on for. Like, what if we do something here? What if we do... What if we do... Yeah, I know. But what if we did this? Do I need on anymore after this? Now this feels promising. This feels promising, but there is still a problem. I could say ice is text. I don't think I want to do that, though. I might have screwed myself by getting rid of the on. The on might still be necessary. I'm not sure. Is this about selectively transforming something? Text on ice is lava? That's what we did, right? We did text on lava is ice, I think. So we did, yeah. Would it be better to transform text? Maybe that's the word we should have transformed. We used the text one time. I would love to make another is. I feel like that would solve all my problems. But I don't think I can make an is. If I did transform text, so let's say let's do this. Let's say this. So that gets us another piece of ice. And now we still do have the ability to say ice on I don't think this helps me though. Because I can't like move the lava in concert. That's the thing. The only way to move two things in concert with each other is to have one of them be a piece of text and then saying that something on text is push. Right? So if I did that, could I make the hurdle that I keep running up against is being able to move two different things. Because even if I can do something funky where, let's say I made this word ice, the text ice, into an actual object ice. Let's say I then did some selective thing where I say ice on text is lava. So I could selectively transform one piece of ice. Because I could get two pieces of ice onto this side. And then I could like push some text through and turn one of those into a block of lava, but then I still can't apply the push property to two things at once. Or can I? Maybe that's the whole key to this puzzle, is realizing some really creative way to apply push to two things that I have not realized. But I feel like the puzzle doesn't let me do that, based on what I know so far. I think we might have to come back to this one. I wanted to just take a stab at it. But as soon as I saw the title and I remembered what the puzzle was, This might be one that I eventually consult chat on. Maybe. Because I'm definitely feeling kind of stuck. Not really sure how to think past this initial mental block. There's some key insight that is escaping me for the moment, so I think we'll probably move on. I'm hoping I can get there. Fresh brain in the past, even on the ones that I've been stuck on multiple streams. I mean, it hasn't been in this game. Well, actually it kind of has. Like, whether it's been in this game or other games, the fresh brain treatment has gotten me there eventually, and I gotta think that at some point, something's gonna happen with this one. But for now, we shall move on. Okay. So I don't know if MDoom is still around. If you are, I think you're already lurking because of spoilers. And if that's the case, continue to do so. I don't want you to see certain things until you are ready to see them. So just giving you a heads up in case, just in case, we are going to go in this direction. And I am going to try something. I'm going to try something that occurred to me. I'm going to try something because it occurred to me that we were able to make Baba is you. We also have on the screen flag is win. So surely there is a way that we could make a flag, no? That's what I want to explore at least. Now the first step though is going to be remembering how I did this puzzle in the first place. And I was thinking of going back and reviewing my footage to remind myself, but I forgot to do that. So we're gonna have to try to resolve this puzzle here on the fly. What was the initial solve? Because doing level is defeat, I believe, destroys you. I think is the way that that works. So we had to come up with, I think what we did is we had some scenario. We had some scenario where what did we do? We had Keke helping us, obviously. And I think what Keke was doing was moving these levels out of the way, but then, or not the levels, but the defeats. I want to say Keke was, oh, but we can't transform Keke. Cannot transform Keke. So maybe what we were doing was, we can make multiple things you, oh, and we have the has. That's right, we have has. So were we saying something like Keke has Baba? Is that what we can do here? Like Keke is something and weak? Is that what we did here? So that Keke would push and then run into the barriers and destroy. And then Baba pops out? Right? This should work. We don't need to do Keke as push, do we? We do now because I didn't face Keke in the right direction. But we can do that. And then we can do this. And then we just have to make Keke move. Isn't this how we did this? And then we wait. And then we wait. Oh, okay, right. Because something is weak doesn't mean... Right, because wall is stop. You run into something that's stop, you don't destroy yourself. Okay, we gotta remind ourselves here how weak works. So let's restart. But I think it was something along those lines. Ah, that's what it was. The flag. Oh, but wait a second. No, that's fine. That's fine. We don't need this actual flag. We don't need the object flag. If we want to make what I'm going for here is I'm trying to make level is flag. But we don't need the actual flag for that to happen. So what we can do is we can say flag is push. We can do everything that we just did. We can do pretty much everything that we just did, I think. We just put the flag down here. Now we bring all this over. And we say this, put that there. And we say this like we did before. We have this here. I think this should work. Because the weak should apply once Keke touches the flag. That, I think, is the key. Could have theoretically done all this first, but it's fine. So now we do this. And we should get Keke to give us a Baba. Then, I looked at this before, and it is a little bit just slightly tricky, but not too bad. If we do it like this. So this should work, and then, what does this do? There it is. Holy shit. Holy shit, we have a flag. Now, does the flag move like we did before? It doesn't move like we did before, so it's not quite like having in these weird rules that we've given ourselves here. Okay, but we can move and what did we find? What the fuck? Oh boy. Oh boy. We have found a thing. I'm not looking at chat right now. We have found a thing. We have found question mark, question mark, question mark? Wow. I love this. I love this. Moments like this in a game are so good. And we've already had a couple of these last stream. And now, holy shit. Level is level. What the fuck? Water is sink. Baba is you. Dust is stop. Okay. We are in kind of a similar thing that we had before. First of all, there's a question mark here. We've got question marks in the title, and we've got a question mark square, and it's like, what in the fuck am I looking at? We have a level called glitch. We have these rules, but we don't have all of those pieces on the board. There's no Baba is you. And so my initial guess here is that this is going to be like what we had on the previous screen, where we have to actually go in. We have reached the stage of level transformation. This is unreal. Holy fucking shit. Oh my god, this is amazing. The look on my face right now, this is so much fun. I'm just having fun thinking about all the possibilities that this game has just opened up. Let's take a look at this level, shall we? Because why not? We got to take a look at glitch. Question mark, question mark, question mark. What? Holy shit. Okay, welcome. Baba is you. Love is... Flag is win. Wall is stop. We've also lost our... We've gone monochrome here. It's not quite monochrome, but it's, you know, grayscale. That's what I meant to say. What is going on? Okay, so there's no flag. Can I do anything? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I have letters. We have letters, folks. We have letters. We must see what happens with letters. We must find out. That does nothing. Do letters do anything? How about love? Love is nothing right now. What if we do... Love is W. Okay, maybe these letters are here just for fun, and they don't actually do anything. Unless we spell a full word? Surely that's not a thing. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out how much we've actually broken the game. Because now I don't know what to expect anymore, and this is awesome. I also don't know how you freaking win the game here. Except I guess it would have to be... Okay, wall is stop. So I can't, at the moment, I can't generate a win condition other than flag. Or at least it would seem that way. What am I able to do now that I... Do these letters somehow enable some weird behavior? They seem to behave like a normal text block. So I could make love is you, but that I think doesn't change anything. Do some of these letters... I only tried W. I don't know if I'm supposed to try other letters. I guess I have to be fully thorough here. We can go down the line and see. But I wouldn't expect any of these letters to behave differently than any other. Oops. Like maybe there's some... It does... The level is named Glitch. Glitch. We do know of another... There is another mechanic that we are aware of that has played tricks on us before. Something tells me that's not what's going on here, but I also need to do a little checking. So, excuse me while I sweep through the presumably empty space. I don't think that's what's going on here. Doesn't feel like that's what's going on here. Maybe we'll just hit the corners. Okay, I don't think they're doing that. I don't think they're hiding anything from us. So what are they wanting us to do? What are they wanting us to do? Oh, of course, I'm an idiot. I'm so distracted by the letters and the fact that we're in like a new world that I am kind of just forgetting basic Baba. Don't forget your basic Baba, kids. Don't leave your basic Baba at home. Do basic things, win the prize. Okay. So we still had to do a little bit of important science just to make sure letters are the way I think letters are not the way. I don't even know what I would think letters do, but holy shit. Okay, we are in like another plane of existence right now, and I guess we just keep rolling with it. Because the other plan was to keep exploring level 8, but holy shit, like this is too much fun. This is too much fun. We gotta see what the heck is going on here. Suddenly we're playing Wheel of Fortune. Okay, would like to buy some vowels here. All right, so let's see if I can overcomplicate an incredibly obvious one again here. We don't have access to love this time. Wall is stop. Wall is stop. So we have the same issue with Okay. What are we doing here? I don't want to make Baba his flag. And I don't want to make Baba his wall. So what am I doing? There's no way that we can actually spell... Like, this is... We've tried this. Although I don't think I could actually do this, could I? I guess I could. This is not going to work. This is not going to be a thing. But I feel obligated to try some of these funky things that we're being allowed to do now. They're giving us an is. Taking away the word love seemingly has made this infinitely harder. What am I even trying to do here? Flag is win. I mean, unless this is where they start playing the trick. I feel obligated now. But it doesn't feel like that's what we're doing here either. All right. So what is the trick here? Baba is you, flag is win, wall is stop. Are we supposed to do something with these letters? These letters feel... Why did they change this to a V? Is this not just a letter? Is there some sort of arrow? Does V have some special meaning? Surely not. Surely not. What in the heck am I missing on this one? I might have to come back to this one. What am I overlooking here? Wall is stop. Baba is you. That's pretty much all I have to play with, and I have the word is. I'm not allowed to transform unless I say, did I already try this? Did I try doing something like... I don't think these letters do anything. They're just there for fun, so it seems. I don't know if this is supposed to be some sort of like meta puzzle. I can't rearrange flag as win. In the previous puzzle, there was something that was very obvious that I was just overlooking for a while. Is that the same thing here? Maybe that's the case. Error. 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 This heart is here, this love is here, without the keyword. Is the keyword hidden? No. Is Baba is you? Is Baba is you? Really? Are you sure? I don't know what to say on this one. Okay, well, I think that's going to answer my question then as to how I decide to explore this area, because we're not making it very far. So I love that, though. This island, I just realized, is the shape of our little daisies. Well, the big daisies that we've been collecting. And I will have to ponder that one for now. I really want to see what's up with this question mark level. And there's an and also above here that we get to play with. Oh man, this is so much fun. But I need to figure out, maybe there's some other mechanic that we will learn that will, maybe we're a little bit in over our skis at the moment. That could be the case. We have a lot of content still to explore. I like that it starts us all the way back here at the beginning. Go back to your basics. So, okay, let's go ahead then and move on to level 8. We just started to get in here on the ground floor last time. And so let's just continue on with Elusive Condition. Oh, this looks fun. Star and hand is stop. Star and hand is stop. We also have our all keyword back, which we learned about last time. So if I take a step, okay. I see. Interesting. So if I remember correctly, the all keyword, I think, is a reference to all of the objects that are present on this board. This particular board has a hand, it has at least one instance of a hand, and it has at least one instance of a star. Therefore, the objects in the set all are hand and star. So, hand at every time step is being transformed into a hand and a star. So, they're also giving us access to empty. And also hand is you. Okay. Hand and star are stop. Hand is you. Hand is all. I'm guessing that I probably want to break that. I probably want to break the all. I don't want to make hand empty, because then hand is no longer you. I could say empty is all, but that doesn't really do anything for me. I'm not able to make anything else you. They've specifically prohibited that because hand is used in the right, top right. Our win con is bottom left, and it's blocked right now by a bunch of stars. So to get access to the word win, we need stars to go away. So we need to somehow be able to, I guess, making stars empty? The problem is, how do you transform the stars? We have access to all. But if I say all is empty, don't I lose myself? Let's say we break this. If I just say all is empty, like, we die. Pretty sure we die. So we can't quite do that. They're also saying is defeat. They have these words is defeat. Why are they positioned in particular that spot? Because right now it's not actually part of a legal phrase. Why is that there? That is not immediately apparent. Let's restart this. In order to gain access to win, I'm pretty sure we need the stars to go away. I could say empty is hand. I guess that's one thing I could do. So they are giving us, one thing they are doing is they're allowing us to make, we can use this hand here. We could use hand, the hand from hand is you, to make something that says hand is, oh, we could say hand is hand. Or, like, we probably want to say something that lets us delete the stars. We want to have two phrases. Hand is something, and then something is something that lets us delete the stars, but hold on to our hands. Can we say... So if I said hand is... Oh, if I say hand is hand, that might work. What we've seen before is we've been able to create that phrase. I don't want to put that up against the wall. Let's not do that. We've been able to create something is itself, and that acts as a way to prevent it from being transformed. So now I could say all is empty, right? And I should hold on to my hand. All of these words, of course, sound hilarious if you're not thinking in terms of Baba. That works exactly the way that I thought it would. So now we should be able to say, and is win? Oh, no, it's not quite... Well, it is that simple, actually, because we have the ability to bring that text down to the bottom. We just need to make sure that we disable that, and then we can do this. Nice. So we can still use... We can still... The fundamental order of things in terms of preventing transformation still applies. Just because we've introduced this all into the equation doesn't negate the individual rules for an object. An object still remains itself if there is a rule that prevents it from doing so. So we got there. That feels pretty good. Okay. So let's go ahead and move back over to the other side here where I actually forget the mechanic that we learned. Let's check out Treasury. But I think there was a second mechanic here that they were introducing. Is that the case? More. Right. Right. We had that fun puzzle last time where we had a bunch of replicating rocks. More. Oh boy. Okay. We have rock is push that we can change. Baba is you, wall is stop, flag is win, door is shut and stop, key is open. And then they're giving us access potentially to key is more, as well as key is push. All right. So how exactly is this going to work? If we say key is more, now these should just keep replicating, right? Now, I don't remember exactly how this works, but I would expect them to push the rock They don't. Okay, so just because something is more doesn't mean that it will just push shit out of the way when it spawns into existence. Now, if I go to push the rock, right now key is not push. So does that mean I can do this? I can. Okay. Now, what stops... Oh, the thing that stops me here is that, yes, I'm getting a shitload of keys, but none of them are push. None of them are push. So I'm stuck at this point. If I go to make key push, in order to push something in the door, we're stuck. So right now the rock is what's holding everything back. Okay, I think what we could do here, what I'm guessing is, I should have tested it before I reset, but I'm pretty certain that if I break this rock as push, those keys are just going to start multiplying past the rock. So what I think what we want to do is we want to set up a rule here that's a little bit closer. I want to put rock as push here so that I can break it, and then actually, does that matter? Or am I overthinking this? I don't think I'm... Maybe I am overthinking this. Because we just need... Don't we only just need one key? Oh, I think I see what the problem is going to be here. The problem is, if I do this, I actually still can't push a key. So, okay, so what I need then is I need the rock. Okay, what I need, I think, is I need the rock to actually be over, I guess here? Can I, is it good enough to put the rock here? And now let the keys replicate in pretty much any fashion? Because now I have the ability to break this and push one of the keys here. There we go. Okay. All right. Learning the rules of more and the fact that you can kind of steer where the replication is going, depending on whether something is stop or push. Push essentially acts as a stop for something that is more. Don't know if I learned all the details there, but I think we got enough of the gist to move on for now to looking for a heart. Get a quick hydrate. All right, back to all. What was this called again? Looking for a heart. Still looking for hearts here. Baba is you. Flag not on wall is win. What? Okay. I guess that is essentially the same as saying flag is win. Is there some scenario where flag could be on a wall? I guess when all is involved, then that could definitely be a thing. So that's an interesting phraseology there. Door is shut, door is stop, wall is stop. And then we have access to love is push, rock is move. What direction is it moving? Okay. And then open. We have the ability to make something open, which we have to do. Okay, and then we have our all keyword. But it's all is in a very interesting spot. It's in a spot where we kind of have access to it from a couple different directions. Potentially can say two different things with it. Very interesting spot where they've positioned all. The fact that it's next to this cubby hole. We'll have to see what that lets us... play with. Okay, so right now there's no love. We could make something. Okay, so all right now has flag, Baba, rock, and door and wall, right? Those are the things. So if I say something like I see. Okay, so if I said something like rock is all, I could say something like rock is all. Oh, it creates me as well. I forgot. That's funny. That is an unintended byproduct, but fun. It's always fun making infinite babas. But then we could say rock is move, and it would move off of this space. Oh, wait a second. There is a heart in there. There is a heart in here. Something we've learned, I think, just now, is that all is not just... It's not the objects. I'll have to maybe go back and test the other puzzles, and that might be good to do. But now my updated definition of all is that the set includes the object words that are on this board, not just the objects. I was thinking that love didn't exist outside of the word here, because there's no love object. But because that word is actually on the board, because the object text is on the board, that is included in the all set. Good to know. Now, what does that allow me to do? What it allows me to do... What does all allow us? We can make a bunch of babas, that's one thing. But I don't know that that helps us. I don't think having a whole bunch of babas is actually beneficial, because we can't actually do anything like other than Baba is you. And there's no like water to sink. We can't make Baba is open. Yeah, they've definitely positioned... You have to be very careful how you position all when you're setting up these puzzles, right? Because you don't want players just saying all is something willy-nilly. We can say love is all, or we can say rock is all. What is the way we generate a win condition? They've specifically said, I think the reason now I'm seeing is the reason that flag not on wall is win is because you're generating a flag. If you say that rock is all, there's going to be a flag that's in this rock here. Although it's not clear to me how I would get to that flag because it's on top of a wall, which is stop. So I'm still not totally sure how this is relevant, but I think what they are trying to get at here is the flag that is behind the double doors is the win condition. I'm not immediately seeing any other way to do this. So we have to break 2 doors. So I think what we want to do is... What I'm thinking we might want to do is have something like... Yeah, I'm doing this in a very roundabout way, but... Okay, now if I do this, I can get access to a heart. We can get access to lots of hearts. Oh, that's how I can actually disable rock, but I don't want to. Ugh. Okay, so this could get hairy. So I think what I actually want to do is disable. Like, after we do this, I want to disable that. Okay. So now... Now we say rock is move. Because now rock should come out. Yeah, okay. Oh, but then I can't make rock push. But maybe that's okay. Maybe I have all I need at this point. Do I even need to do that? Maybe all I need is love is push. All you need is love. Is this not good enough? But I need love. Ah, okay, that's why. Because I need love to be both push and open. And my is... Right, because I pushed my is up against... If I hadn't... If I had just broken all and not worried about Rocket's move, maybe I would have been okay. Maybe I would have saved my access to the is. I don't think there's a disadvantage to stacking my Babas, so let's do that. Let's get this out of here. Okay, so now we don't want to transform love, but we do want to make it open, and we want to say it's push. Might be overlooking something, but this feels like it should work. Okay. And flag not on wall is win. So we win. Nice. Feeling pretty good about these so far. There might be multiple lessons that we're not quite internalizing, but feeling the success of being early on in a new world, which is always nice. We love the confidence boost. Let's do another one here. Oops. Lava flood. Okay. Flag is win, but flag is melt. Okay. Oh, lava is more. That's why it's lava flood. Oh god. So, oh my god. So we have to do things and we have to do them fast. Because here comes the lava. Oh my god. This is scary. Oh boy. Wow. Yeah, it looks very simple if you're not paying attention to lava is more. It looks very simple because all you want to do is just go break flag is melt. Huh, I'll just go break flag is melt. No big deal. Oh, it's kind of a big deal. Oh, it destroys the flag. Oh, I see. Because you could still theoretically destroy this, but it's not going to be before they position it, so you don't have any way to go break it before the lava gets to the flag. Now, is there a way for me to position this to, like, cover for? It still gets there way too soon. Lava is more. Okay. What are we doing here, then? What are we doing? Flag is melt. Flag is win. Are we going to have to say that something else is win? I don't think we can say something else is win. Baba is hot. Why are they saying Baba is hot? Why would they say that? Oh, well, I'm seeing maybe something else we can do. Because, okay, we're at this stage here, and yes, our flag is gone, but we can still push the text around, right? So we could say, flag is you. We can't quite do this. What I was gonna do is I was gonna say flag is you and then flag is Baba, but that doesn't get us a win. So we're not quite there yet, right? Unless there's some creative way. Huh. How do you get the win condition here? If flag is the only way to win, I don't stop more. Because U is not inherently push or stop. So that would make sense. It's the text being pushed that kind of creates a temporary barrier. Only temporary, though. This is an interesting one. This is very interesting. Flag is melt. Flag is melt. What is the world where no. Trying to think about ways to somehow protect the flag, but I don't think that is the... It doesn't feel like that's doable. Baba is hot. Obviously, Baba is hot to prevent you from just running to the flag. That's why that's there. Baba is you, flag is win, flag is melt. We can't say that Baba is win, right? We can't say that anything is win except for the flag. Wall is stop. So the flag is our only win condition, right? And I don't think there's any way, there's no way that we can make flag as Baba in time. But even if we could, I can't transform Baba into the flag. What the heck? What the heck? What is the interaction that I'm missing here? What is the interaction I'm missing? Flag is flag doesn't do anything. Flag is you doesn't do anything. Because flag doesn't exist anymore. What are we supposed to do before the lava? This one, you know, there's not very much that you can play with. So it seems like it should be relatively simple, which are often the scariest puzzles. Yeah, this is a little like the second puzzle on that one level that we ran into that I feel like there's something obvious that I'm overlooking. So the mechanic is more. The mechanic is more. Have we learned everything that there is to learn about more? Probably not. Lava is more and hot. So what does that mean? What does that mean? If I sit here and wait, the lava just goes its merry way. So far, more. It happens at every time step, right? Is there some way that we can... we can't transform the lava. They're giving us access to flag is win and flag is melt. And there, as far as I can tell, is no way to get down to the bottom right to break flag is melt in time. That just ain't gonna happen, right? I mean, it's not too far away, but it's just far enough away. I think we might have to come back to this one. Because right now there is something I'm missing. I think we should move on. Let's go ahead and move on. Got a couple that we've been stumped on. We'll circle back around to those. Let's take a look at Entropy. I don't know how to feel about these kind of grayscale levels. The game is so colorful in general, and I kind of love the color. So it's a little... There's something a little strange when you get to one of these. All right, so we've got Rock is open, Rock has Baba, Baba is you. All is shut. All is shut. Rock is open. So I'm assuming Rock is push as well. Wall is wall and stop. Those rules on the top right there don't exist right now. We also have access to weak in the middle. Oh my, okay, I was not expecting that to happen. Let's think about what just happened. All is shut. Is that why? Rock is open and all is shut. So all, of course, Rock is shut. Because all is shut, Rock is shut. That makes sense. So Rock is both open and shut at the very start. And so immediately, as soon as you either wait or take a step, Rock opens itself. And because Rock has Baba, you get 2 Babas. Interesting. So... what do we do now? Baba is open. The problem, though... the problem with making something open... oh, okay. One thing we could do here. I like how they put these stops, these stops up here. That's kind of funny. Okay, so one thing we could do is we could say, I think I actually, I scooted my Babas closer together than they were. So let's go like this. And let us do this. I might have to put them... I guess it's fine if we do this momentarily. I'm trying to do all has Rock. Okay. Now we could say Baba is open. No, we can't. We can't quite do that. Okay, wall is wall and stop. We can't transform the wall. So we can't say all is Baba or something like that. It wouldn't apply to the wall. The question is, though, how are we getting past the wall? We need something. We need something to open the wall, I assume. All is shut, and so we need something to be open. I guess I could have said all is open, but I feel like that just destroys everything. If all is open and all is shut. Okay, so what am I trying to do here? We want to do something with all. All either is something or has something, right? Let's reset this. We're immediately losing access to our rock. So the game is forcing us to have 2 Babas. So how do I get one of these? If I say Baba is open, I'm just gonna lose both Babas, right? I just want to see what's gonna happen here. Make sure I'm not assuming behaviors that don't actually... That's what I thought. We just lose both Babas because all is shut. So we don't want to make Baba is open. Unless we say... Let's walk through the things that we can do. We could say all is rock, but that wouldn't do anything. Or would it? If we say all is rock and rock has Baba, how does that actually work? All is rock. Oh, but I didn't say rock is open. So I guess I was presuming that rock was going to be open when we did this, but that doesn't actually happen. So of course that is not a thing. We could say all has rock, and then what? All has rock, and rock is you. Maybe we want to do something like rock has rock? But how do I... What exactly am I aiming for here? There's a lot of possibilities to think through. I need to narrow down my thinking a bit if we're gonna have any luck with this. I need something to be open in order to get past the wall, right? I need to get... The first goal is try to destroy a section of wall. How do I do that? I can't just make Baba is open because all is shut. That's the thing that's really killing me right now. All being shut prevents me from doing things that I want to do. Easy things. So if I can't make Baba is... I guess I could make Baba is... No, but here's the thing. I can't say... I cannot say 3 things using... I only have 1 Baba, and I can't say 3 things with that. I can't say Baba is you, and Baba is open, and Baba has rock. That might work. I don't actually know if that would work. That would, even that wouldn't work, would it? Because then the rock is not you. You need something, you need all to have something, right? It feels like they are pushing us toward some scenario where rock is you. Oh, maybe that's what we're doing here. Maybe we have... Maybe what we're trying to do is something like... making Baba open while rock is you. But also we also want all to have rock. So I need to... trying to be careful not to stack my Babas. If we say all has rock, and then we say rock is you. Not stack my Babas. There we go. Now I have 2 rocks. And I have a situation where all has rock. So rock has rock. So now I can say rock is open, correct? I think I can do this now. At least step 1. Now there's probably more to the puzzle than this, but I think this is the first step. Oh, that's fun. Now we can get through the wall. Okay. Step 1 complete. Now, top right, if I say Baba on rock is win, that appears to be my only win condition. Baba on rock is win. So now I have to create a scenario where Baba comes back. Do I want to get rid of rock is open? I think just for the sake of my sanity, I want to temporarily say rock is not open. What do I need here? I need Baba on rock is win. Can I say that all has Baba and then rock is weak? Is that what I want to say? Is it as simple as that? Oh shit. Why did that? Wait a second. I need to understand what happened there. That was unexpected. Rock is weak. Why did I lose? One rock, but not the other. Is it because I was trying to push text? Was the text somehow... Or do I have multiple rocks? Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe I somehow created another rock that I wasn't... I think that might be what's going on. I just can't quite see it. Let's not think about it too hard. I would like to know exactly what was going on there. Maybe I'll watch that back, but I think we might have had 2 rocks. Baba on rock is win. Baba on rock is win. I need rock to no longer be weak. Boom. Okay, that one felt good. I like that one. I like it. I like it. All right. Have we looked at metacognition? I do not remember. I do not think that we've looked at this because I immediately see Baba is word. What? I did not expect them to introduce another frickin' keyword. Baba is word. What? Oh my god. Oh my god. I love this level design. I love this design of you're sitting here pondering, what the heck is Baba is word? And they have funneled you into finding out. They have funneled you into realizing that you can now be text. That is hilarious. I can only imagine the possibilities that have just been opened. They have given us, obviously, a path to walk around this is defeat, because we don't want to make Baba is defeat. I certainly hope that M-Doom is no longer here. I'm assuming and expecting him to no longer be here, because I cannot wait to see M-Doom get to this spot. M-Doom has already tried several times before. One of the instinctive things that he wanted to be able to do, helping solve some of the puzzles that we've worked on, was to take the actual objects and put them in front of a phrase. And I'm like, nope, doesn't work that way. Well, guess what? Guess what? I'm a fan. Okay. Alrighty. Well, this is a whole nother level. Now, to solve the actual puzzle. Flag is win, wall is stop. Door is shut and stop. We also have access to both key and push. So, there's a lot of stuff we can play with here. Can we make... So... The thing is that we can't just say... what we can do is we can play around with our new fun keyword here. I was gonna say, they've positioned things here to make it so that under normal Baba rules, we would not be able to say that key is push and key is open. However, we're living in new territory. We have opened up a whole new world of possibilities. So we can do this. So we can do... Not that, actually. We can do... How do I actually want to play this? How do I want to play this? Because I still need to devote this as an operator. What I might want to do is actually swap this out. There's nothing that's stopping me from transforming Baba. So I think what I actually want to do here is have 3 keys. There might be a simpler way to do this. What I'm going to try to do here is transform Baba into a key. And then I'm going to repurpose that is. So this is going to temporarily be used here. Okay, now we take it back and we say probably don't need to be 2. I just don't want to stack stuff, although maybe it doesn't matter. Being way too careful about this, but okay. That, I think, is what I wanted to do. Oh, but the problem now is that key is you. So shit's gonna be moving around. shit is going to be moving around. I have to position shit so it doesn't move around. Unless I'm way overthinking this. I was way overthinking it. Oh boy. Word. Word. I guess let's keep going here. These are theoretically the extras, so who knows what kind of nonsense we're getting into here. But we'll keep going for a little while. Multitool. Multitool. What new stuff are we throwing in this time? Okay, we're using word once again. This time rock is word. We have one rock exactly. So we can say, we could say something like rock is push, which we might have to. I guess it looks like we are going to have to do. Except, okay, so we've got several things here. Box has flag, and box is melt. Rock is hot. Okay, so, oh, but Baba and box is melt. So I actually cannot go past the rock. I see. So I guess I'm forced to do this. I guess I'm forced to do that. Because otherwise I have nowhere to go. So we have to start the level like that, which is interesting. So we're disabling this rule, but we probably are able to re-enable it. Obviously, the fact that this can be... Oh gosh, this is weird. So right now, Keke is push. But Keke is not word. Huh. This is so weird. I love this game. I love this game. These moments of discovery. Gosh darn, it's so good. All right, obviously the first thing that I wanted to play with here was making, was doing this. I wanted to do this thing. Because if I do that, cool, I can start doing the stuff that I was wanting to do at the beginning. And maybe I still can. But there's a problem here because maybe I don't want to be doing this yet. Maybe I want to be sticking with this. No, how do I get Keke though? Okay, this is a strange one. Because obviously something is going to need to be hot, right? Because we have to melt the box. Something has to be hot, so we melt the box. I could push Keke here, but I can't make Keke hot, right? I can't say... Can I? Does this new word mechanic allow me to sort of start breaking things? Like this is the stage now. We're in territory once again where there could be mechanical behavior that I'm just not aware of and I'm not contemplating. Keke is push. We could also say Keke is rock. Wow. Except, no, but it's still push. That is cool. Wow. Huh. I mean, when you're giving yourself more words to play with, you get to do things that you're not used to thinking of. Man can't be stopped. Hakanar's 5-head. Your brain gets so accustomed, Sparky, to this thinking you're only looking at the text, right? That muscle memory of only considering the text that's on the screen is tough to break. It's tough to break. It's also going to be so fun to break. I'm loving this. Let's keep it going. We're still under the 2-hour mark. Lots of brain juice left. Okay. So once again, rock is word. Waiting for the level where bird is word. But right now, rock is word. Baba is you. Wall is stop. Wall is wall. Text is not push. Yo, is this the first time that we've had this? Sparky got that reference. Is this the first time that we've had this? Oh my gosh, look at this. This is the first, as far as I am aware, this is the actual first time where we have seen an instance, because text is inherently push. But of course not takes precedence. Text is not push. Wow. Uh-oh, Telly's back. Telly is back. Oh my god. Okay, so rock is push and ice is telly. But text is not push. Yo. Okay, so how do we actually do things? We're doing some things, but we are like, yeah, how the heck does this work? How the heck does this work? Ice is telly. And rock is push. And... oh. Okay, okay. So, I think I see what we're going to be doing here. Okay, okay. Hold on. Hold on a second. I mean, it has to be something like this, right? Oh, this game is amazing. Okay. And then I can, like, push this, right? No, I have to wait, right? I have to wait and do that. No, because it's not... Actually, maybe this is good. Maybe this is good because now I can go ahead. Now I can go ahead and reposition where I put this one, because now I just want to say, yeah, we do it like this, right? Hold on. Yo, wait a second. Oh shit, it's because... wait, why does that still teleport? Because it's not push. Fuck. Fuck. Yo, how do I do this? Okay, let's... we've got a lot of... this is the thing, is right, there's a lot of freedom when you have the tool that we've been given. So, like, I could say, yo, I could say this, right? Oh, but then it moves. Okay, I mean, that doesn't really do... it's not nearly as cool as I thought it was gonna be. Yo, okay, the thing... what we really need to be doing here, though, is... the next level. The next level here is this. Double! Look at this! 2x. We have entered 2x territory, ladies and gentlemen. 2x rock is word. Deal with that. Deal with that shit. Okay, let's reset this one more time. I'm having a little fun playing around here. Do we want to say maybe the key is not rock is push? Maybe we're not supposed to try to make rock is win. Let's just try to make ice is win. Maybe that's the easier one here, and I can just stop being silly. So maybe let's just do. But I think I do need rock to be telly, right? Because I can't make ice push. That is the fun constraint that has been introduced here. But I could say this. That's interesting. Wow, I hadn't even thought of that. That's a whole nother. Oh boy. Oh boy, what fun could we unlock now? Oh my gosh. Well, now we have to say rock is win, right? Now we have to say. We've also said rock is rock. That's important. Okay. Now we do. But I have to be able to disable rock is push, don't I? Oh, that is the problem here. Oh, but it is going to disable. It's going to automatically disable. And we just sit around and wait? Boom. Just make 4 teleporters and sit around and wait. That should be our rule from now on. We have another Daisy as well. Dude, this game right now. This is a fantastic game. That's all I can say. I just love it. Your mind is bending already. Did you understand what was going on there, B? Feel free if you want me to give some explainers here. Let's try another one. Let's go for Allie. Yeah, what even happened there? I'll give a rundown just in case. So what we've got, B, is we've got this new mechanic here that they've introduced. This is heavy spoilers, obviously, but I don't think you'll mind here. Rock is word is the key rule here. So we've spent the whole game up until today. I have spent the whole game playing the game with text, right? Text is how we do things. The other thing they've done here for the first time is they've said text is not push. So we no longer have the ability to push the text around. We can't change the rules. We can't change the rules. Except we can, because rock is word. So now, for the first time ever in full color, 1080p, we have the ability to take a object and make it part of a rule. So I can teleport, ice is teleport. So I can take this rock out here and then I push it around. And now I can insert this rock into any one of my rules. And so instead of ice being teleport, or in addition to ice being teleport, I can say rock is teleport. I can actually make this the rule now, right? So now rock is telly because rock is word. And all of a sudden the possibilities have just skyrocketed. So maybe that's enough. Maybe that's enough to let you know, because all of a sudden you can do crazy stuff, right? Especially if you have 2 rocks. In that case, what I did is I said ice is rock. So I get 4 rocks. And then I said, well, I pushed it. I think I did this here because I need to be able to teleport the win and I want to be able to teleport the rock. So now rock is still push for a moment until now rock is telly. Is this going to work if I go like this? Okay. It happened to work because Baba ended up on a rock as soon as win became part of rock is win. So it worked again, just out of nowhere, because that's the game we're playing now. Thank you, Kev. Thank you. I don't know exactly what happened. I know exactly what happened, but it's also just breaking my brain at the same time. Let's move along. Let's move along. I think I needed it too, B. I think I needed it too, but you're welcome. Let's continue on with Allie. My oh my. What are we doing here? Okay. Moon is win. Water is water. Rock is rock. Oh my god. All right, so they have an open-ended is word here. Okay. So we can choose what we want to all of a sudden add to our list of available text. Hedge is stop, Keke is you. Text is float. And then we have this business here. Rock and water is stop, but then water can be sink. Oh boy. Oh boy. Where do we even start? Where do we even start? Moon is win. We've got to get to the moon. Right now, we cannot get to the moon because rock and water are both stop. And there's a whole bunch of rock and water in the way. So there's no getting to the moon. What we can do instead is what? What can we do? We can transform water into rocks. And then we can say, we probably don't want to do that. We need to make some stuff push, though. We need to make some stuff push. We can actually make both water and rock push. We could do that, because the first thing I'm thinking of is just getting over to this area over here to the right and being able to say water is sink, as well as breaking rock and water as stop. So we can make water is push, and we can say rock is push. I guess let's do that. Well, okay, we'd have to do it. Push is here, right? Okay, so we can't obviously... I was thinking just push... We can't push up. We have to... We can bring the words to push, but then we are restricted a little bit. But let's start there. Let's just start there, see what obstacles we run into. Oops. Let's just start here. So that lets us get to here. And then we can say this. Okay. So now I can... I might have wanted to do that in a different order. Because I kind of want... Maybe I should have done... Maybe I should have done it like this. Quite the riddle. If we do it like this... Now I can push this rock. No, because I didn't disable this. Okay, so I can do that. Now, what? I think I need a restart. So what am I able to do? If I say... How does something being a word help me? How does something being word help me? Where do I... In order for this to be helpful... I need the ability to push the object. I need to be able to push the objects. So how do I... It feels like we have to start... It really feels like we have to start with water is push and rock is push, just maybe not on those exact axes. Maybe? How you doing, Epic Kitty? Welcome in. What do I want to do here? Because it doesn't really make sense to start with this. It feels like this is something you're doing later, because otherwise you can't move these things around. You have to start. I mean, I kind of liked the way that we started this. This felt reasonable. It does feel like this has to be a starting point. Because in order to have any flexibility with the puzzle, you kind of need to be able to disable this. That could be what they want you to think. Now, obviously I could have said rock is push here instead. Whichever way I do situate these, I am sort of closing off the option. Water is push. Oh, I see. Okay, so what I could do is I could do this. I could do this, right? So that could be a thing. Because now I still have the ability. Momentarily, I have the ability. Now I no longer have the ability. Now, the problem is I don't know that I want to have the ability right away. So I think I don't want to do this yet. I feel like you want to do that. And I still actually don't understand what this gets me. Oh, but I do. Or do I? No, I still don't understand. I still don't understand. Because rock is push remains an obstacle, and I cannot break that now. Or can I? Because I maybe could break it. Wait, why can I not push? Oh, I can't push. Text is push. I can't push it into text. Okay, so I can't like push the water into another piece of text to like sink it. Push priority still takes precedence. What are your thoughts on Word as a mechanic? I'm still obviously digesting what all, I mean, it seems not to be too complicated to figure out. I really like the possibilities. I had the reaction that I had to the first level that introduces it is a fantastic level design, forcing you to walk. I mean, you're not forced to walk, but you just naturally kind of walk by the is defeat. And all of a sudden you realize, oh, that's what we're doing. So I really love the way that they introduced it. We'll, and it adds another level of complexity to the puzzles, which is not a bad thing. I like the so far the levels have been great. Initial impressions positive. I feel like I'm making some kind of progress on this. but I'm not quite there yet. I think I'm gonna reset. Maybe. I think I'm gonna reset. Because what do I need to happen here? What do I need to happen? This rock is in my way. I kind of need this rock not to be push. I kind of need this rock not to be push. How do I do that? Is there a way for me to make the rock not push? Once I say that something is word or something is push on these horizontal axes, once I've done that, those are kind of set in stone, it feels like. Is there some clever way to break those that I haven't noticed yet? I'm gonna reset. Let's do a reset here. What do I want to do? I mean, we could try the other way instead. I have to make both things push at the same time, right? But I don't necessarily have to set them up here, question mark? Is there some way that I can use... Obviously, I could... Oh, I just realized text just flowed anyways, so any shenanigans that I had envisioned of using sync to destroy words is subverted by that. I could be making a faulty assumption on having to start with this, but I'm gonna keep doing it for now. But I need to be aware that this may be a fool's errand. There may be another way. I mean, let me actually just keep exploring that. Is there some other way to arrange for... I think you do, at the very least, have to start the puzzle with... There has to be a point where both water and rock are push in order to deactivate rock and water is stop. Otherwise, you're not able to do anything in the level. And so maybe... Let's see. If you make something push, then you can push it. Okay. Oh, so I could do something like this. Oh, well, I think this is still going to run into problems. I think this is still going to run into problems. Because I don't really have a way to break this bottom rule, do I? Once I've set this into place, I don't think that I can actually... Unless I can find a way to sync this... I wonder if that's the key. I wonder if that's the key. Setting up a scenario where you are deactivating this rule here. Yeah, rock is still stop, of course. Oh, you could do it the other way, right? You could do it where water is there instead of rock. So I do everything that I just did. Let me just reset then. So we do everything that we just did, except we make it water instead. So I say water is push, and I put water down here. Maybe I could put it over here. Oh shit, wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, now I do that, and then I do this, and now, water is sink, and water is push. Okay. Now, I don't think I wanted to do that yet. Actually, did I want to do that at all? I feel like I'm close. I just need to sequence things the right way here. I just need to sequence things. And maybe instead of rock is push, maybe instead of using these, maybe I do this. I feel like I'm gonna run into some problem here that I haven't anticipated yet. But maybe not. Let's fucking go. Out of my game, Allie. Hell yeah. Oh, man. Ugh. That deserves a good victory stretch. Let's go. Ah, yeah, that was Chasm Extra 4. We're up to, you can obviously see the progress now. Wait a second, we have 7 pips on our die? What the heck? Dare I push my luck? We're not at the 3-hour mark yet. I'm feeling okay on brain juice, so... why don't we take a look at Keke and the star? Oh no! Oh no, there's something new again? How many new things can we learn in one episode? Oh boy. Keke is sleep. That's what I'm gonna be in not too long from now. So that's very fitting. Keke is sleep, huh? Lava is word. Lava is lava. Star is win. Skull is defeat. Hedge is stop. And we have the ability to make something float. Okay. Keke is Keke. Keke is sleep. No idea what the heck sleep is. Skull is defeat. Lava is word. So what do we want to try here? It would be kind of cool if we could make... us float over the skulls, which is probably what we need to do. That part is a little tricky. But we do have access to... another is. So we could do this kind of a thing. If we're trying to get you into a different vertical axis. And it would be this one that we would want. So now, so lava is you and lava is float. So now we can disable Keke is sleep. What does that get us? Not much. Why is Keke is sleep important? We're not allowed to transform Keke. Keke is sleep. Do I want to make something else sleep? I could make Baba is sleep. What does Baba look like when Baba's sleeping? Look at the eyes, it's cute. So Baba is sleep. What does lava look like when lava's sleeping? Man, that is some sleepy lava right there, let me tell you. Oh, the Z. Look at that. The Z coming out of the lava. I just didn't wait long enough. Lava Z's. Okay. Why is sleep a thing? Okay. Surely you must be of some importance. I mean, in real life, sleep is very, very, very important. Is it also of utmost importance in Baba? Okay, we can make Baba is word. I also could go back to... We kind of want to see what happens when you are asleep, right? We kind of need to do that. So let's do that. Very interesting. So I am trying to move around, and I can't go anywhere. So, interesting. It is not treating it as a fail state, quote unquote. But it might as well be. Unless you are set to awake at some moment somewhere in the future. I'm going to assume that that doesn't happen, and that we are permanently asleep. So, yeah. I also, thank goodness it did not make me undo all of those key presses that I was trying to do unsuccessfully. So you can be both asleep and you. You just don't get to move, because you're asleep. Now, where do we get to be sleepwalking? That's what I want to know. Okay. I'm gonna reset. Am I gonna reset? I'm gonna reset. Okay, so we want Keke to be you, right? Maybe that's the only thing that we should be focusing on here, is just replacing Keke is, yeah, it's as simple as that, right? So we need to create, we want something like lava is you. Let's do like we did before. Let's move our is you over a bit. Give ourselves some room. Didn't need to do that, but it's fine. Okay, so that might be good enough there, just given one square of space, because now we can take, do this. Now we also want to be is float, right? We also want to be is float. And maybe that's where the whole... Let's break Baba is you. Let's not do that. Maybe this is where we have something like... So now we make Baba us again, and now we push this into place. Now the problem is... I can't actually... So it's still not quite what I want. What we can do is we can give ourselves more toys to play with, right? We can go back to what we had before. Let's go back to what we had before. We get our is you, our vertical is you, aligned on the proper vertical axis. Okay, and now we say this. And now we bring out our extra is. Because we do have... I don't know that sleep is going to be useful, but we'll take it anyways. Put it out over here. But we can definitely... Actually, I say definitely. We can definitely bring is. It took me a second. Okay, so now we have an additional is, which should be very useful. Now we need to bring is you. Now we need to bring the is you to Keke, correct? So we need this to be a thing. We almost kind of want... Actually, maybe I didn't want to bring that other is out. I need to be float in order to get over the skulls. So lava needs to be float, but lava also needs to be word. So did I not need... I don't think I needed that other is, actually. I could be wrong about this. Let's leave that there for now. I'm gonna run into a problem here at some point. But let's try. Let's try doing... That's the problem I'm running into, right? If I'm deactivating lava as you, how do I get... Am I making up a problem that doesn't exist? I want to be able to say lava is float and lava is word. But I also want lava is you, like this. And I feel like that's why I wanted to get the other is word. Do I need this? I need to be able to push the is you, or at least the u. The u needs to be in here on this line so I can push it to Keke is you. I need to be able to make Keke is you. And so... I just need to focus in here. The brain juices might be running a little bit low. This might be probably a good idea for this to be the last puzzle. But let's see if we can push this one across the finish line. Because it feels like we're kind of close. I just need to sequence things correctly. See, I need it to be float. I need lava to be float, and I need lava to be word. And then I need lava to be you. Can I change over control to Baba? How the heck do I do this? Maybe this is the key, is making them both. This is probably the key, right? Maybe. But maybe not. How do I get lava is float and word down there? Huh. Is there transformations? Can I do transformations here? Maybe that's what I need to do. And make 2 lavas. Maybe that's what I should be doing. Just remember my basic, my intro level Baba techniques. That might do it. Maybe, but maybe not. I want to separate these out a little bit. This is actually not getting what I want, but... I need lava to be word. How do I get lava to be word? While also... I might not have the brain juices for this. I might not quite have what I need. We might have to leave this for next time. But I'm stubborn, you know me. Am I trying to get to the right goal? I think so. I think the only way to get to star is win. Star is win, so you have to get to the star. And it's... The only thing I can see is making Keke is you. I might have screwed myself by making 2 different things, I'm not sure. I just don't have a way to move pieces around without making something you. I'm gonna reset here again. I don't have a way to make stuff move unless it's you. Lava is word. X lava is word. But then it's broken, right? Yeah, so there's not some persistent property, just like we've seen before. You give it a property and then it happens to have 2 properties, but that doesn't like persist. Once one link in the chain is broken, the entire chain. If I say right now, if I say lava is float and lava is word, I can't do that right away, right? I have to use somehow, some way, lava has to be you to start. I think I can tell that we need to call this one. I hate leaving a puzzle unfinished, but I think we're gonna try it with the Baba streams. We're gonna keep them within that 3-hour mark and maybe even a little bit short of that. Keke is sleep, and I can feel not quite sleep coming on yet, but I can feel that the brain juice is close to hitting that empty. So I think we're gonna go ahead and call it there.